Welcome back everyone to another YouTube video. I hope you're all doing super well today. If this is your first time tuning into one of my videos, my name is Stef and I'm the Psychic Soul Empowerment Coach, and my channel is all about mindset, healing work / shadow work. It's basically the same thing. Manifestation, spiritual entrepreneurship, spiritual activism, whatever else I feel like talking about. That's what my channel's about. So if these topics interest you, then definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell icon and change your settings to all so that you're always notified of when I upload a video to my channel, because I'm just really random with video uploads. So anyway, today's video is the weekly energy reading for January 10th through January 16th, 2022, right? So listen, I've been wanting to do these videos so that I publish them on time on Mondays, but it just doesn't work out like that, I swear. So I don't know, I guess Stephanie's weeks start on Tuesday even though I'm still giving the energy for the day before. I don't know. Listen, one day eventually I will start on Monday or maybe even Sunday, you know. So one step at a time though, okay? So I'm a little bit late with the weekly energy reading as always, but better late than never. You know, maybe it's the fact that I'm Latina and, you know, we're kind of late for things sometimes. I have no idea. Listen, I got a lot of things going on, okay? It's the beginning of the year and I've been busy doing a bunch of things, trying to get myself, my business ready for the year, and I just fall a little bit behind on things sometimes, and that's just the way it is, okay? So thank you for understanding. And let's get into today's message, and thank you for listening to all my ramblings and stuff. All right. So I channeled this last night. I wanted to do this last night, but did you see that? These are my notes. Don't go back and pause and read that. Don't you do it. All right, listen. So I channeled this last night. I wanted to do it last night. Oh my God, it's 11:11 right now. Yes. Okay. 11:11 my time on Tuesday, January 11th. It's magic. Today's a magical day. But anyway, I wanted to do this last night, but it was late, man. It was really, really late. And I was like, you know what? I need to go to bed early so I can wake up early so I can hopefully get up early to do this video. And I woke up at 5 in the morning. I've been busy doing my personal care things, and now I'm finally ready. So let's get into it. So the message that I channeled for this week is all around surrendering your fears. And I got a couple of messages for different groups depending on where you fall on, okay? So I got that. There are those of you, though very small in number, that are afraid of moving forward because of whatever reasons you may have. Maybe you're afraid of setbacks. Maybe you're afraid of past energies repeating themselves. Maybe you're afraid of not being strong enough or capable enough to, you know, do some of the things that you want to do, or to address some of the things that you need to address at this time, etc. Right? So there are certain things that are affecting your ability to really move forward at this time, right? And these fears that you have, whether they're conscious or subconscious, are what are impacting your ability to move forward and take more bold action, okay? So because you may not have been taking this action that you've been feeling called to take recently, or even as the rest of the week unfolds, you still aren't taking action, you might start to notice that you feel a bit sluggish in just like your energy levels in your body, okay? Now, the sluggishness has nothing necessarily to do with the energy. Sometimes the energy, like the influence of the cosmos, causes certain physical symptoms within our physical bodies, right? Like sometimes the cosmos do influence that and are the reason why like so many people might feel super tired during certain periods of the year or whatever, when certain things are happening. But at this point in time, it's not necessarily the energy that is making you feel sluggish, if this is you. It's because you haven't really been taking that forward action that you've been needing to take. You haven't really been facing certain fears that you have had. And so the sluggishness, the heaviness that you might be feeling comes from resistance to the energy, because the energy is trying to pull you in a certain direction, but because you're not moving forward, it's like the energy is like, come on, let's go, and you're just feeling that heaviness in your body, okay? So that is this first group, okay? That heaviness, that sluggishness, It's coming from these fears. You got to address the fears that are coming up for you. So if you're not taking certain actions, then you need to ask yourself, okay, why haven't I been doing this thing that I know, like I can feel, or I just know inside of myself, like I'm supposed to do this, like this is my next step. But for whatever reason, I keep procrastinating on it. I keep putting it off. I keep, telling myself that, XYZ, to put it off later. Like, you got to dig into that. You got to look into that and to see what that's all about, because that's the solution there. Okay, to shift out of this funky energy that you may be feeling, you have to dig into that and see what that's really about, so that you no longer continue to hold yourselves back. Because what they wanted me to tell you is that whatever you believe is true will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So whatever fears you may have around moving forward, okay, like let's say, going back to the example, if you believe you're not capable of doing something, if that's what you believe, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're not going to be capable. If you believe that the past is going to repeat itself, then that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The past will repeat itself, right? If you believe that you're not supported or that something is impossible for you, then that's exactly what's going to happen, right? So you have to do the inner work then to process all of that and to work through that, so that you stop believing in things that really aren't supportive of helping you to move along your journey in the direction that you desire to go in. Okay, you have to do that inner work, because it's either you choose to willingly address those things now and move yourself through them now, or you hold back and resist, and eventually the universe is just going to smack you upside the head and make you move forward anyway. No, I'm just kidding, but not really though. I'm not trying to scare you, but this is what legit happens, okay? You cannot resist the growth, the expansion for too long. The universe is giving you an opportunity to step it up, undo those stories, those fears, whatever it is, like release them, surrender them. They're not true. And you have to disprove them for you and work through them for you, etc., to allow yourself to move forward and then take action. Or even if you're still a little bit scared, work through your stuff enough to not be scared of taking action, and that way you can start taking action, and then just keep working through your fears as you're taking action, and then eventually you'll make progress. You'll stop believing a lot of the negative things that you maybe believe right now, right? So that you don't continue to get in your own way. And so that's what I have for this first group, okay? The second group, and I'm going to come back to you first group and after I get done addressing the second group. The second group here that I'm speaking to, so for the remaining people, these people have fears coming up for them as well, but it's for slightly different reasons. Like, it's different from group number one. And so for this second group, there is a part of you that is afraid of an undesirable outcome. Okay, so you might be like, how to explain it? Unlike group number one that isn't maybe taking those forward actions, group number two is taking those forward actions, right? So group number one is a very small group of people that have not been taking certain actions that they know they've needed to take. Group number two has been taking these actions. It's a large group of you. You have been putting in the work. But even though you've been putting in the work, there's a little part of you that feels like there's something undesirable that's going to happen as a result, right? Something that you don't want is going to happen. And it's not necessarily that you're afraid of maybe not achieving a certain goal or a certain outcome or getting something that you want. It's not necessarily that, even though it may seem that way. What's really happening for this second group is there's a fear of success. There's a fear of winning happening for those of you. And so even though your outward actions, there's some child out here playing. Even though your outward actions may seem or give the appearance of you not holding back any longer and you no longer getting in your way, internally, there's another story at play. Internally, there's something going on, right? That you have to take a closer look at to really be aligned. Does that make sense? So what is the fear of success or the fear of winning all about? What are you afraid is on the other side of that success? What are you afraid is on the other side of that manifestation? What are you afraid is on the other side of winning? Like, you have to dig into that, because that's what you need to release and let go of to get your energy fully on board, okay? And so group number 1, these are people that need to work through some internal things in order to take external actions that are needed. Group number 2 is people that are already taking the external action, but they have to work on internal things to really get the inside to truly match the outside and be solid. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments. So I wrote this last night and I totally forgot to reread it before I got on and did this video, but I'm reading it now. Hopefully I did an okay job. So, yeah, the energy is bringing up whatever it is that you are stressing out about at this time, freaking out about it at this time, not wanting to do at this time, feeling heavy around at this time. It's bringing it up because it's time for you to move on from that. Like, it's time. So you have to really do your best to get yourself together and do what you got to do so that you can let this go and finally move yourself forward in the direction you want to go in. Okay? Let me know how this resonated with you today, because this was your reading. And let me tell you, I'm so happy I've been doing these weekly energy readings because they have been helping me so much. Oh, I forgot to tell you at the beginning. Take your notes. Dang it. I told myself, I'm like, you got to tell people to take notes. You got to tell them. And I totally forgot. Listen, moving forward, I'm going to do my best to remind everyone every single video. Take some notes, because like I said, since I started doing these weekly energy readings again in December, because I record it for YouTube, because I will often record a short little video for TikTok sometimes of the same thing, just giving a quick summary in 3 minutes, which is hard for me. But I do manage somehow. And then I have to write like a little post for Instagram giving a brief summary of that. So because I repeat it like 3 times, 2 to 3 times, usually every week, like I have it clear in my mind of what the guidance for the week is. And then as the week unfolds and things start showing up or happening as the reading said, I go back to the guidance. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do this right now. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to handle it this way. Oh yeah. And it's been changing my life. Like, I am so much self-aware now, so much more self-aware. And I'm like making these shifts, even if maybe it seems slow to my ego or insignificant or whatever, but it's making such a huge difference and I'm feeling amazing. And so I really encourage you to take notes when you listen to these readings, if you feel pulled to listen to them and to take notes. Jot down the important things that are relevant to you. Put that sticky note somewhere where you're going to see it every single day. So that way it can remind you and you can be like, oh yeah, this thing is coming up, right? And then like this week, when you feel fear, you got to tune in, okay? Depending on which group you fall in, right? Under. And so if you're in group number 1, you got to tune in, like, why are you afraid of taking this action? What's going on? What's really happening there? Work through that fear to then start taking that action. If you're part of group number 2, when you feel that fear, even as you're taking action, but you feel low-key fear, like, oh man, it's not going to work out, or oh man, this bad thing's going to happen, or whatever it is, this thing I don't want is going to happen. You have to like tune into that, right? And process that to move forward and as you practice that, like, you're gonna make progress. I promise you. It's such a big difference. So I got done recording my video, and then I look to my left and I see my Oracle deck here, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to pull a card. So then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna like record this little clip, give a message for the people, you know, using the cards, just an additional message, and then I'm gonna edit the video and put it there somewhere in the middle. So if you're watching this, I use my editing skills to insert this so you could get this additional message. So let's see what additional messages the universe has for you for this week, okay? God, angels, guides, what messages do you have for these groups today for the weekly energy reading? What additional messages do you have for their highest good? So this is your card, okay? You got Krishna, devotion, trust your spiritual guidance, your commitment has been recognized, and you are loved unconditionally. So let me read you this booklet, okay? It says here for Krishna, he was the spiritual guide of the warrior soul Arjuna, as related in the Hindu epic Bhagavad Gita, which really is a story of choosing love over fear, and helps us move beyond the limitations and wars our ego creates in our mind, and maybe even in the world around us. So the message is, you have a deep spiritual connection and must trust the guidance that's coming through. Your devotion to the spiritual path has been recognized. It may feel as if you've been on a mental, emotional battlefield, but there are sweet messages of hope around you now. Krishna is here to boost your sense of connection to the divine and encourage you to act from your soul. If a decision needs to be made, ask yourself what will honor your soul and those around you. If you can choose the best for all involved, then you will feel even closer to the divine. Oh my God. If you signed up for the 2022 yearly reading, is this card not spot on? Spot on. And this is what I was talking about at some point in this video. I can't remember because now I edited it, so I don't know when I said it. But I mentioned how in my 2022 yearly reading, we were told to release things that are not serving us, that are not in alignment with who we are and where we're headed, you know? And this is validation, not just of that reading, but of this one as well for this week, because surrendering your fears is, you know, more than just you, like, necessarily, like, stepping into your power. It's more than you just, you know, moving through this fear in order to get something. Surrendering your fears is about you being in integrity with who you really are on a deep spiritual level. It's about you really choosing to practice what you believe in, or even what you preach. If you believe in a higher power, if you believe that you're a divine spiritual being, then your life has to, like, you, as you live your life, like, you really have to reflect that as much as possible in everything, to really be in integrity with who you are, right? This is about really being in integrity. So group number one, for those of you maybe resisting making changes in the external world, to be in integrity with who you really are, right? Because what happens is we have our egos that are stopping us, that are getting in our way, or not necessarily maybe getting in our way, but that are part of the process of creating that friction or resistance that we need to move ourselves through in order to become stronger, in order to have some kind of a challenge in life, because there often is some kind of a challenge or friction, and sometimes that's just part of life. It's part of growing. Nothing necessarily wrong with that. And so that's our ego's purpose, is to support our growth by creating that friction, that contraction, so that we can then move through that, expand beyond that into a new level, into more of who we really are. And so for group 1, this is about you choosing to not let your ego get the best of you and hold you back from living your life much more powerfully and authentically and boldly. This is about you choosing to drop those stories, drop those insecurities, and to say, like, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care if I'm scared. I don't care if I know how. I don't care if I don't have a guarantee on how it's going to work out. Like, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to move beyond this. I'm not going to let my ego hold me back from living my best life, from doing what I feel is right for me, from creating more of what I want to see in my life, in the world. This is about you moving beyond that and really allowing your light to win in that regard. You know, in daring to be more of the true you and live your life as more of the true you by making these external shifts, being in integrity with you. And group number 2, similarly though, you know, your ego's also playing games on you too, and it's tripping you up a bit, but you've gone beyond your ego to the point where it's no longer holding you back from taking action and, you know, keeping yourself small in that way. You've moved beyond that. You're now more of the empowered being that you are. But now it's about really being congruent and really embodying your truth. It's about really embodying, like, on a deep level, like, I know I am worthy. I know I am successful. I know I am destined for greatness. And, like, really internally, deeply cultivating a greater level of love for yourself and a greater level of just connectedness to who you really are. Okay, because a lot of times we think, like, oh, but I'm doing it, so I know I'm worthy. You know, I'm going after my dreams. I'm taking all this action because I know I'm worthy. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. Good that you know you're worthy to that extent, but do you really know? Do you really know inside of you? You know? And that's part of the process right now, you know? It's moving through all this crap fear, these egoic things, and choosing the truth. Doing what's right for you, what you feel is right for you. Hope that all made sense. I know I feel like I'm all over the place, but whatever. This year, I've decided however my videos come out, they come out. Who gives a... like, they're just going to be what they need to be. So ask yourself, the thing here is, if a decision needs to be made, ask yourself what will honor your soul and those around you. What will honor your soul and those around you? Be in integrity with who you really are. Surrender your fears. Your fears are not real. They're your ego. Release your ego. And align back with love. Align back with your truth. If you're afraid of taking certain actions, ask yourself the question. Write this down in your notes that I mentioned at some point in this video. Write this down in your notes. What will honor your soul and those around you? You know, and sometimes what honors your soul isn't exactly what those around you want, but you have to do what's right by you. I did a whole little video on TikTok. If you don't follow me on TikTok, y'all need to follow me there, because I did a video recently on how, like, being the light can sometimes trigger other people. I shared my little experience on that. It might make sense to you if you watch it or not. I don't know. I didn't give too many details, but yeah, you know, group number 1, if you're afraid of taking certain forward actions, what will honor your soul? Do that. Work through the stories. That's not you. Group number 2, you know, as you're taking action, but fears come creeping in, what truths, what stories will honor your soul? Tell yourself those stories instead. Lean into those truths instead, not what your ego wants you to think. Practice that. Be that. Really be that. Sit with that. I've been practicing that this week. It's only like a few days in, but the last couple of days I've had like moments of like stress or anxiety or whatever, and I have to like slow down and breathe, come back to the present moment, lean into my truth. It seems something so insignificant, but it makes such a big difference. So do that. Anyway, that's it for this card reading. I'll let you watch the rest of my video. Bye. Do this, please. I hope this helps. It's been changing my life to follow the guidance. And I've been doing the guidance, oh my God, over the weekend. Listen, we're done with the reading, so you can go if you want. You don't have to stick around. I got lots of things to say because, you know, I talk. So hang out with me if you want. And thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, if it helped you. Leave me a comment in the comments below. You know, help a sister out with the engagement. Anyway, so I re-listened to the 2022 yearly reading for January. So if you don't know, my 2022 yearly reading is a paid offer. Okay, I'll put the card up here for you to listen to the overview of the year. That's free on YouTube. That gives you the general gist of what to expect in 2022. But my yearly 2022 reading is like specific month by month breakdown. And so I re-listened to the January one over the weekend, and I just was talking to myself, like as I was listening to myself, I was like, I'm totally talking to me. Like I needed to hear this right now. Oh my God, this is happening in my life. Oh my God, yeah, I got to get it together. I got to like do this and that, you know? And so it's just been really powerful, like to think back to like the readings and using the guidance for the readings as I'm living my life, you know, day to day, and certain situations are coming up for me, like to remember to do the guidance from the readings to get a different outcome, because otherwise I'm going to be on the same kind of pattern, you know, same kind of crazy roller coaster. And we're trying to get off that roller coaster, okay? So it's been really, really powerful to see this guidance, to put it into practice, to get the different outcome, and to like see my growth, my improvement, my empowerment as I move forward, you know, every single day. So it's been awesome. But anyway, what was I going to say? I do have a free January 2022 reading coming up for you. I'm going to record it right after this, but you're going to get it tomorrow, January 12th, because it takes a lot of energy to post shit to YouTube. Sorry, you know, I don't mean to call my contact shit, but stuff. It takes a lot of energy to post on the things because I'm on various platforms and I can't be doing all the things, okay? So you're going to get it tomorrow. That is a general message. I feel like the message is powerful in terms of like calling certain things to your attention. But the January 2022 reading for my paid offer is so much more in depth. That reading alone is like 50 minutes long. And on top of that, over the weekend, I was asked to create a worksheet to help people do the homework, I guess you could call it, to the things that were given to them to do for January to prepare for the year. I was asked to create a worksheet. I decided to be extra and I did a whole little workbook because I like my things looking pretty. And so anyway, I started doing the workbook homework for myself over the weekend as well. And it's just like powerful because it just really is eye-opening to see how you have been directly impacting your growth or your lack thereof, and how you've been influencing in the achievement of your desires or not, you know? And so that is free and it's included for the paid offer. So again, if you want to sign up for that, you're more than welcome to sign up for that. The links to that will be in the comments of this video. And yeah, would love to have you be a part of this reading so that you can receive the guidance that will really set you up for success for all of 2020, because it's a very powerful year. And, you know, we get tripped up on things sometimes as humans. And that reading is there to help you not get tripped up as much, or to not get tripped up at all. Move through it if you do get tripped up, right? That's what it's for. It's like specific guidance, like do this, do this, do this, work on this, focus on this, take action on this, you know, to reach your potential, to no longer get stuck on the same patterns and cycles, to finally break free from things. Like that's what the paid offer is about. So if it speaks to you, go ahead and sign up for that. I'm about to record your free January 2022 reading, and I hope that helps you too. When it's up, I'll put it up here in the card section as well, so that you can watch. And I think that's basically it. So, oh yeah, also if you joined recently my new email list, I did away with my old email list. Sorry. I just had like I don't know how to call it. I remembered my paid reading right now and what it said for January. One of the things that it mentioned was like doing away with things that, you know, no longer serve us and stuff. And it was like putting a lot of emphasis on that. And this year has been crazy. Like the first year of January, I started getting rid of a lot of my clothes, and I was like, okay, what am I going to get rid of and stuff like that? Like I got to do away with things, like, you know, the old stuff. So I did that. And then this weekend, I got rid of my old email list. I was like, whatever, I'm going to delete all of this because I don't need this anymore. Bye. Just deleted it. I sent my email list like one last email, like this is my last email. If you want to stay in touch with me, sign up here. If not, goodbye. Take care. And I've just been like releasing things. It's been crazy. So anyway, see, I've been applying the guidance. It's been awesome. And old me in the past wouldn't have wanted to release that email list because I would have had all these like scarcity beliefs around it. Like, no, I can't release it because XYZ or whatever. I need it for this reason or whatever. And now who I am today is like, okay, bye. Doesn't affect my success. Doesn't affect what I'm going to be able to achieve. Like, I'm still going to do it anyway. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Listen, this energy this month, it's been pulling me in different directions. I don't know about you, but I've been getting pulled in so many different directions, and I have to keep remembering to focus. So anyway, the email list. If you were on my old email list, I deleted you unless you decided to sign up for my new email list. So if you want to sign up for my new email list, I will drop that in the comments below. And if you signed up for this new email list and you decided to join my AWOKE community, my Soul Aligned Leaders community on AWOKE, the platform. Crazy. Anyway, I've been up since 5. So if you decided to join my community on the AWOKE platform, there's going to be a link in the comments below for you to specifically click on to join my group on AWOKE. Because what happened is that since all of you who joined for the first time the Mighty Networks community, I explained this in the emails and stuff like that. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, sorry. But by joining Mighty Networks for the first time and then you joined AWOKE, you were redirected to like the main group, which is AWOKE. That's the main group. But I have my own group within AWOKE. And so it's kind of like Facebook. You have Facebook and then you have individual groups on Facebook, right? So AWOKE is Facebook, even though I know Maggie doesn't want me to compare it to Facebook. Sorry, Maggie. And I have my own group within AWOKE. So in the comments below is a link for you to join my specific group, okay? Click on that link below because when you probably clicked on it the first time, you weren't directed to my group because you weren't in like the AWOKE community before. So first you had to register to just join AWOKE in the first place before you could get the option to join my group. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not confusing you. I'm gonna write out an email today, hopefully, or something explaining it for the people. But basically, there will be a link in the comments of this video for you to click on to join my direct community on AWOKE. And so if you've already joined AWOKE, you've already registered and stuff like that, then when you click on that link, now you should be redirected to my community, okay? And the reason I'm saying this is because either today or tomorrow, I'm gonna come on to that community to talk about what that community is gonna be about, what we're gonna be doing there exactly, and to give you a quick summary of that, basically that community is gonna kind of be like an accountability group, like mini free coaching group or whatever. That's what it kind of feels like to help you to achieve your goals and really be able to achieve certain things in your life that you want to achieve in 2022. Whereas my Facebook community, if you're on my Facebook community, you can still join. I'll put the links to all my communities and things in the comments of this video, pinned to the top. But my Facebook community is going to have a different focus, and I'm going to come on there too to explain like what the focus of that community is and how they both are different, but yet they complement each other, okay? So my community on Awoke is tight-knit. You get more direct access to me, and it's really about like you being held accountable to achieve the things that you want, versus my Facebook community, which is more about you just you know, being able to inspire, empower, uplift other people, and yeah, just be a light in the world. It's a little bit different. I'll go more in depth in both communities, so if you're part of one or both, then you'll find out these specifics there, okay? But that's basically it. I think that's all I wanted to say. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. If you stay till the very end, you are the best. I really, really do appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow in the January 2022 reading. And yeah, I can't wait to see those of you who decide to join the paid yearly reading, and how that reading is going to absolutely like level up your game and make it, you know, just a really amazing year in 2022. So anyway, I'm sending you lots of love. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.